Oh, I need to talk to director. Hey, so I just wanted to tell the director to look at my A20. I have a panel that pops up on the right side of the screen. At the end of the VO, I'll call for it. Okay? Okay. It'll be like in the last 20 seconds, I'll call for it. Okay? It shouldn't be up over the whole VO. So, okay, bye. Oh. What's up, chat? What's up, chat? About to be 10 o'clock yet. Okay. Hey, what's up, chat? I almost dropped my pen. I'm going to do my hit here right after Tina Patel at 10, and then I'll talk to you guys. Just got to get ready for this one. Next, Roger. You see, I got a panel that pops up at the end of the VO. I'll call for it. I'll call for the panel. It's the text to desk panel. Okay. And I'm assignment manager Mark Liu here at the desk. Fire tore through a restaurant in East Hollywood, and one of our viewers texted us here at the desk to tell us this restaurant has burned before. I'll explain in just a second. Let me show you some video. What you're going to see here was shot by someone who was on an upper story apartment in East Hollywood. That's a fire at a restaurant at Western and Sunset. Broke out just minutes after midnight. Lots of 911 calls came in from the East Hollywood area to the LA City Fire Department because of all of that smoke that was coming up. You can even see some flames peeking through the roof of that restaurant. Now, this restaurant is small. It's right on the corner, and it's only about 40 by 40, so 1,600 square feet. And you can see this is video from someone who shot it on the ground. First arriving LA City firefighters went into defensive mode on this fire because there was just so much fire through this building, a partial roof collapse. They were able to get it out in 30 minutes. But some of our viewers texted us here at the desk to tell us that they believed that this fire, this restaurant had burned before the fire. Let me show you that text right there. It was someone named Ed who actually lives near the East Hollywood area. He said, that's the second time that I remember this restaurant on fire this past year. Well, Ed is correct. We uncovered here at the desk that this restaurant burned on December 5th of 2025. In that case, it took about 60 firefighters 30 minutes to get this fire out. So unfortunately, this restaurant has burned twice in just about the last 4 months. Now, there's going to be an arson investigation into what caused that fire this morning. There were no injuries, thankfully, but that restaurant suffered some pretty severe damage. That's it here from the desk. I'll send it back to you. Oh, okay. Chat, hello. Good morning. Happy Friday to you. We just did a story about a fire in a really small restaurant. It's like 1,600 square feet in East Hollywood, and someone actually texted us here at the desk to say, I remember that fire burned before in the last year. And so that was pretty cool. So we looked it up. We did uncover that was actually true. I found the LA City Fire actual call from back then. We didn't have video of that fire from back then, but we did have the call. We just weren't able to get a crew down there in time. Yeah, it's unfortunately that restaurant did burn, but not enough to close it. Apparently, it opened again, possibly, and then burned again this morning. But the damage was pretty severe this morning. This looks like there was a roof collapse, and firefighters had to go defensive because it was so damaging. So that was an interesting one this morning. Text the Desk is giving us a lot of good texts. People text us all the time. You know, you can use that number 818-221-2222, and it really does come directly to me. This is the interface that we use here, and I answer many of them, or almost all of them, during the period when I'm here at the desk. That's about 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then there's a short break where no one is here at the desk. Mike Rogers comes in the afternoon, then he answers them all night until basically midnight. But if either Mike or I are not here, then a member of our assignment desk team out in the newsroom answers those. And, you know, we do our absolute best to try and get that information to you right away. But if we can't, we'll look into it. Sometimes people just text us hello, which is kind of cool, but it is us answering. So feel free to do that. And you can also send us pictures or video as well during that time. So I want to talk a little bit about the pursuit from yesterday, if you guys remember that. That was a pretty wild one that happened. It happened while we actually kept the stream going, I think, a little bit during that time period after. We usually end the stream at 11, but I think we were in the pursuit, and so the people on the web team just kept the stream going. And that was pretty cool. So you guys could see what it's like that we do pursuits here. Amanda Starantino and I did it solo. You know, Mike Rogers gets sort of a little bit of a different experience at night because he has a reporter in the helicopter, Desmond Shaw. We don't have a reporter in the helicopter during the morning shift. So, and also a lot of times it's a 2-anchor setup with Mike Rogers at night. Sometimes I get a 2-anchor setup too, but at 10 o'clock it was a single anchor with just me and Amanda Starantino. So there was a lot of work that I had to do with Amanda. I didn't have a lot of time to check text the desk or do a lot of other things. Sometimes when Mike Rogers does a pursuit at night, he has a little bit more time because he can have Des. Des can do some commentary, and both anchors can do some commentary, and Mike Rogers can work on some of the stuff, like following up with police departments, making phone calls, or checking the text to desk, looking at the map, things like that. It was a little bit different for me when Amanda and I were just doing it solo. We kind of had to work together, and I didn't have a lot of time to check the desk. Electric Crystals in chat. Hi, this is live. Yes, this is live. We are, it's 10:07 right now. We do this every day. A look behind the desk here at CBS LA. What are the stories that I do this morning? Did a follow-up on swatting. That was kind of an interesting thing. We had a swatting incident at the Arcadia Mall. The producers wanted me to do a little explainer on what swatting is and how we handle it at the desk. And it is a complicated topic. Swatting is extremely dangerous, super frustrating for police departments. A lot of people, young people that do swatting, or anybody, I guess, who does swatting incidents, they think it's a prank. It's not a prank. It takes a huge amount of resources to deal with a swatting incident, and it can be, for us here in journalism, in TV journalism, it sounds functionally identical to a real incident. We have dealt with swatting incidents here at the desk where we hear things like, you know, mass casualty incident, active shooter at some location, shots fired, someone opening fire with a rifle, multiple victims. That sets off alarm bells in a newsroom when we hear that. I mean, that's going to be a major story. You know, there's a lot of, we've had mass shootings here in Southern California. I worked the San Bernardino mass shooting from, gosh, it's almost 10 years ago. The Christopher Dorner manhunt. There were a couple of shootings involving law enforcement there. So, you know, we go into red alert mode when we hear something like that here at the desk. Obviously, law enforcement does as well when they hear swatting incidents. But the penalties, as I talked about in my story, we're going to do it again at 10:30, you'll hear, is severe. For misdemeanor swatting, where you just make a false 911 call and say, you know, there's some crime happening, someone's in danger, and it's all false, you can get up to a year in prison just for that. If someone is hurt or killed as a result of your swatting call, in California, that can send you to prison for 20 years. So that is definitely not a prank. The other thing that I think is super interesting as part of that law is that if you are convicted of a swatting call, you are responsible for the cost of that swatting call in terms of the money that was spent to track that call down, the first responders, the overtime. That is not cheap. First responders make a lot of money in overtime. The equipment costs, all of that gets tacked on to your penalty that a judge can order if you are convicted of a swatting call. So I think maybe that's like an important thing for everyone who, you know, thinks that this is just a prank. It's not a prank. It can ruin your life. If you obviously ruin victims' lives too if you swat somebody. In this Arcadia case, there was like a mom and a 4-year-old, I think, that were detained by police in this swatting call because they thought that they were somehow, you know, criminals. It was awful. That poor little girl had to go through that. So, I did a little research on that this morning and looked into that. So that's kind of an interesting story. I'll tell it again at 10. Omar Quinones, are you going to do something fun for tomorrow or Sunday? Well, actually, I'm going to take the next couple of days off, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I'm going to be off from work because it's my birthday, so I'm taking some time with my family. But yeah, it is St. Patrick's Day, and there's going to be a lot of activity over the weekend. It's going to be warm in Southern California. It's going to be the Saturday before St. Patrick's Day. I know that a lot of restaurants and other venues are celebrating St. Patrick's Day, which of course is a time where a lot of people imbibe. There's a lot of alcohol on St. Patrick's Day, a lot of street festivals. This is usually a time that there is sometimes breaking news. There are things that happen when it's warm. People go outside, people have drinks, they're with their friends. It can get a little crazy. And that's an interesting thing. We can talk about it if you want a little bit about journalism, where your days off are never really your days off. If there is a major breaking news story, there is sort of an unspoken rule. It's a cool thing, actually, about working in journalism. There's an unspoken rule that if there's a major breaking news story, if you are in town, sometimes even if you're out of town, you may have to come back to the newsroom to work. And that is something that we make a commitment to here at the desk. I've certainly had to do it in my career. It's something actually, some people may think like, oh, that's terrible. You got to like go and do work on your day off. That's what we look forward to sometimes. Breaking news, I just closed my own YouTube channel. Breaking news is what we live for in TV journalism or any kind of journalism. If you don't like the breaking news, maybe it's not the right career. That's supposed to be the most exciting part, and I do find it the most exciting part. So even if it's my day off, for whatever, if there's breaking news, we come in. Mike Rogers and I have both had to come in. Reporters and anchors come in, so we do that thing. So yeah, it should be pretty good. So let's see. I've got to put together the 10:30. Let's see. I'm getting instant messages here. EP approved 11. Do an update on OC Juvie, and then 11:30. Please do Eden Fire lawsuit happening at 11 on Bolton Woltech. Okay. I don't know what either of those stories are, but I'm going to have to look them up. Update on what is that? Oh, what are they asking me for here? Let me see. Did this just come in? Oh, it did just come in. I thought we knew this. Okay. Oh, okay. That's interesting. That just came in. Academic furlough is not a program administered by the OC. Probation is a privilege granted by the discretion of the juvenile court. Probation rules provide the court with a professional recommendation based on the circumstances of the case. For instance, the court determined that the furlough would proceed. OC is grateful for coverage. Okay. Okay. And then what else is he asking me for? Eaton Fire lawsuit. Okay, something is happening at 11 that I wasn't aware of. Let me see. Oh, settlement. Friday, March 13th. Attorney Ben Crump and Altadena families that lost homes, the Eaton Fires hold media availability with updates on settlement program. Oh, okay, I guess we'll find out what that is. We are arranging a brief media availability with the Estalis family and Altadena following their recent settlement with Southern California Edison relating to the Eaton Fire. Wow, okay. Have we had settlements yet, chat, in Altadena? I don't know if we have. The Estalis family will deliver a short statement available for questions on what the settlement means for their family and the path forward as they begin rebuilding. Wow. Okay. Jewel Rob, I don't know if we're staying live longer today. If we do, it will be because there is a breaker. So, do we have any Eaton Fire settlements? Oh, I guess they have. Okay. Cal Matters says that Edison has already made offers to 82 people who have. Okay, so this is not the first settlement. All right, I didn't know that. $7.6 billion in insurance claims related to the Eaton Fire were paid out as of November. Holy moly. 90% of that was for residential property. My goodness. Offered a collective of $34 million. Edison has offered a collective of $34.4 million to settle 82 claims. And none of the offers were declined. Okay, so this is not a, all right, so this is just another family that got it. Okay, well, we'll see what they say. That'll be fine. Okay. Cal Matters. Cal Matters. What is Cal Matters again? Cal Matters. Oh yeah, nonprofit news organization bringing up Cal. Oh yeah, I've heard of these guys before. Right. Okay. There's just another news organization. All right. Right. What do I have to do? I have to prep 10:30. Oh, we have an anchor. Okay, doing this. Okay. 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 This is the same thing. Oh, somebody already built it for me. Who built this for me? Teresa. Okay. Let's get rid of bright eyes. Correct. We have video. I believe Julie and Mike were together last night. Okay. Okay. Let's see. This is the desk. No breaking news. I'm putting together the 10 o'clock. You see me do this every day. Chat. Yeah, Lady Di, you're right. 82 settlements paid, 500. Yeah, that's correct. Just found that out myself too. Let's see. Is Chopper flying? Chopper's not flying right now. Okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out a different way to tell this story at 10:30 because I had the Steadicam in here for me the first couple of times I told it, and I'm not gonna have it now. I use a Steadicam to show my scanner system here to discuss how when we listen to incidents involving swatting on the scanner, it sounds functionally the same as any other incident. I don't have Alex, the Steadicam operator, in here because he's in the AR/VR studio. So I'm wondering, I wonder if I tell, you know what I could do, chat? I could actually use this. Oh, I wonder if I'm allowed to do this. Can I do this? Use this camera at the same time that it's being used for the YouTube live stream? I probably can. That would be useful. Hey, I'm gonna ask Jessica Ming about that. Hi, I have a question. So because I'm doing swatting again at 10:30 for Teresa, one thing that I won't have is Alex, the Steadicam operator. So I can't do that cool thing where I show my scanner. But I have an idea. I can use my rear-facing camera, right? That's essentially functionally the same. It's being used right now for the YouTube live, but I don't think it's a problem to take both cameras at the same time. One for YouTube live. I mean, it's not like there won't be a technical limitation on that, right? One source can be used in different places. I think so. But I just need to tell the director to take cam 98 instead of 97, right? Essentially. Yes. Okay. But that should be a simple fix, right? Yeah, but I can point to it. Yeah, I mean, it's part of, it's part of the tell that, yeah, I know. But yeah, it's functionally the same thing. So, okay, that's fine. I'll do it. Very well. Thank you. Bye. That was my discussion with executive producer Jessica, who is basically in charge of this show. The producer is in charge of the show, the actual technical details of the show, but Jessica, the executive producer, is in charge of sort of the overall strategic look of the show and kind of has final say sometimes with what the show, how things go in the show. An extra set of eyes. This is usually a more veteran, one of the more veteran people in the newsroom. That's the role of the executive producer. She's also a very good friend. So I oftentimes just bounce off ideas off of her. She's a big advocate for the desk. She was one of the ones who helped us get this started 3 years ago. And so she really appreciates what the desk can do and concepts of the desk and is really open to letting myself and I guess Mike, well, she doesn't really work with Mike Rogers because Jessica works the morning show, really open to letting me try as many interesting, cool things with the desk to show viewers like yourself how we build the news here, the tools I use, the way I gathered it, interesting ways to sort of show transparency of like what obstacles we had when we were putting together a story. And there are a lot of obstacles all the time in journalism, getting to the bottom of stories. This is really the challenge here a lot of the times is it can be as simple as sometimes police, fire, first responding agencies don't pick up their phone. How do you get information when a first responder agency is so busy, they literally can't pick up their phone. And I get that. I mean, they're saving people's lives. The last thing they need to do is stop what they're doing and talk to a journalist. A lot of the bigger agencies have dedicated first responder, employees that always pick up the phone for journalism, like LA City Fire, LA County Fire, LAPD, and LA County Sheriffs. They're huge organizations, so they have dedicated media professionals that talk with us all the time. We get to know them very well. They know us. But a lot of smaller cities in Southern California don't have enough officers or firefighters to do that kind of a thing. So you got to kind of wait and find other ways to get the information. Sometimes you get it in the field. Sometimes you get it from online when they post it themselves. or you get it from people that were at the scene, and that's the challenge. And getting to the scene sometimes is difficult. LA is a huge place. Southern California is a huge place. Sometimes we have crews that are not in advantageous positions. When I was an assignment editor out in the newsroom, sometimes we would work, when we had enough crews, we would position photographers that maybe didn't exactly have an assignment at a particular time, position them in parts of the city and just wait. I would tell them like, hey, I don't have anybody anywhere near Ventura today. I would tell a photographer, why don't you head out to like Moore Park, head out to like Oxnard or something like that, take a lunch break out there and then wait, cruise around out there, see if you can find anything. You never know, if I've got all of my photographers over on the east end of Southern California, I got nobody on the west end. If there's a breaker out there, it's going to take me 65 minutes to get out there. So you got to kind of play a little bit of that game. It's a little bit like a gamble where you put your people. Some days you have more people than others. There's always deals. We deal with vacations and sick calls like any other organization. You don't have enough people. There's always a situation sometimes in Southern California. There's always more stories than we have people to cover them, and that's part of the job of the assignment editor. One of the things that I really liked is putting that puzzle together and taking that gamble that the story that you're sending your crews to is going to be the one that pays off, because you want to tell the most compelling stories. Sometimes information comes to the newsroom where you don't have all of the information. There have been multiple times when I worked the night shift where I've got a fire in some part of town that may have an injury, may not. I have a shooting in another part of town that may have an injury or may not. And then I also have the possibility that I may be able to finally talk to someone in a story from a couple of days ago to hear their story of how they survived this incredible incident, a rescue from a river or something like that. All three of those could be great stories. I got one crew. Do I go to the fire where someone was injured? Do I go to the shooting where someone was injured, but maybe that scene is already clearing? Or do I go for that interview down in Orange County with a remarkable tale of someone who survived a near-death experience after falling in the river, right? And that's one of the cool things about journalism is working through that process of what story can we tell? Is there a way to tell all three of them? Is there some way we can get it all? A brilliant assignment editor or a brilliant assignment manager might find a way to stretch their resources to get all three of the stories to tell viewers about all of them. Or do you try and prioritize them so that you can tell the one that has the most impact and that maybe is the most urgent, and then you can save the other one for another day, so that story will still get told, but it's not degraded by the fact that maybe you waited a little bit or even just a couple of hours to do it. These are like the interesting challenges, if you like a career in journalism, if you like these types of puzzles, the ways to work in collaboration with other teammates on how to make this work, and then on top of it, throw in an extra level of chaos after you've made this incredible plan where you're going to be able to cover all three stories. Suddenly, there's a major brush fire. All of that goes out the window. All the resources go to the brush fire. So this is why I've been an assignment editor. I've worked on an assignment desk for 23 years, is because it's a little bit like a video game. I'm a huge video game player. And if you like video games that are like strategic in nature, you can get a lot of that kind of feeling when I do this job. Management video games, it's kind of like that. It's that quest to figure out the best way to cover the story. Other people get into journalism because they are amazing writers or great storytellers. That wasn't my initial desire to get into this job, is to do the work of the assignment desk, where you try and solve that logistics puzzle of covering these stories, with the added bonus of telling stories is also cool. You want to be able to share with viewers the most impactful things that are going on in their community. It's a great way to do it. So Lady Di writes in chat, can you talk about the use of stringer videos? I love watching them live at night. Okay, so stringers is a concept. For those of you that are unaware of what a stringer is, that's our term for essentially what is an independent video journalist that kind of works for themselves and goes around the city and shoots video and can sell that video to newsrooms. There's a really great Jake Gyllenhaal movie called Nightcrawler that came out a couple of years ago that basically dramatizes that. Some of the things in that Jake Gyllenhaal movie called Nightcrawler about stringers, they got real right. Other things they got real wrong. So it is a dramatization. The fact is, it's a little closer to the truth, is that these are basically just veteran, independent photographers, and I guess you call them journalists as well. They are journalists, it's true, that spend their time listening to scanners at night, usually in like a civilian vehicle. A lot of them just have a civilian vehicle and their gear with them, and they cover stories. They go and they shoot video, and then they offer that video to us, and we can buy it for a fee. And then once we buy it, it's ours, and we can use it. So there is a little bit of a complicated relationship sometimes. We can buy video from stringers, but I never actually use the information that stringers give us without verifying it, because they're technically not part of our news organization, right? They're independent contractors. So they may say this was a house fire in Van Nuys, and I can verify that. They might say one person is injured. I'm going to call the fire department to verify that myself, because I need, as an employee of CBS at KCAL, I need to do that myself. They can, point me in the right direction, but I'm not going to use that information unless I know that it's verified. So, and we also look at their video to make sure that it's verified, and we have agreements with them that they are basically giving us video that they allege that they shot. It's not from another day or something like that, But it is interesting. They are a helpful part of the way we do news overnight. And it is a pretty exciting lifestyle. A lot of people in journalism sometimes go from like working in a newsroom to going to be stringers, or vice versa. So, but it's a hard life. You got to be up like all night. You basically you work the graveyard shift, and you're driving all around the city, and you're racing other stringers to get to locations and shooting that video. It's not the life for me. I appreciate their work that they do, but it's not the life for me. So. Hey Mark, may you put the chair in the first monitor, just a little space for your work. I'm not sure what that means, Miguel Sorozano, but may you put the chair in the first monitor. I'm not sure what you mean. But okay, so am I ready to do Disneyland swatting? Yes, I am. And I have got to switch out to the scanner here. And I also need to tell the booth. Hi. So for my Disneyland swatting story that I'm going to do at the bottom, I want to use my rear-facing camera. Yeah, so that I can show the scanner. Will you tell the director? And then I'll end on my front-facing camera. Rear-facing camera is first in the toss to me. Rear-facing camera, I think it's cam 98. Mm-hmm. And then tag will be face cam. Yeah, cam 97, yeah. Okay, bye. As simple as that. Okay. Let's see. What else am I doing here? I need this. Toss to Mark. Okay. I guess I should probably also put PCR 9 in this monitor so I can see myself. Good. What else has happened in chat? Anything? What other stories did I have? I had a crash in Van Nuys. That was not that big of a deal. I had a shooting in Westlake District this morning. Not that big of a deal. They got the bad guy. They also said it was gang related. Victim lived. Suspect ran away from the scene. LAPD caught him. They said it was gang related. That could mean victim was gang, suspect was gang, both was in gang. Yeah, I mean, the suspect's in custody, so there's no more danger to the community there, and the victim survived. So that was kind of worth one hit, and then I moved on from that. Not too much else happened this morning. It was a little bit of a slow morning, but it's a Friday, so you never know what's going to happen next. Friday, a hot Friday, a warm Friday. What's the temperature right now? Warm Friday in Southern California, always very dangerous. 75 degrees in Studio City. Okay, 80 degrees in Studio City, yeah. This is when things start happening. Okay. Rick, then me. No, Rick, then Nicole, then me. Okay. So this is our new meteorologist, Chloe. I met her yesterday. She comes to us from San Diego. She's great. She's very friendly. Yeah, she's talking about the weather right now on CBS LA on TV. Next weather, heat advisory. The entire Southern California area is red. Ooh, it's going to be hot, chat. Oh, 90s. What month is this? I thought it was March. Ugh. High bacteria warnings at local beaches. Yuck. Ugh. Hmm. Duke's reopens. That's nice. It's interesting that Duke's closed after the Palisades fire, not because it burned, but because it got flooded by mud. Yeah, Rick Montanez is doing the story. He's such a great reporter and a funny guy. He's really funny in person. He says he wants to have a Mai Tai after his shift at Duke's. I don't blame him. They make great Mai Tais there. Jewel Rob says, you think that's bad? My city has a massive park and there's always sanitary sewer overflows and it leaks oil and so on. Lots of trash too. Oh, I could have CBS LA cover something here in Little Rock, Arkansas. Oh, that's gross. I'm sorry, Jewel Rob. That's Jules, I think you wanted me to call you in Little Rock. You're watching us from Little Rock. That's awesome. Yeah, that sounds awful. That sounds awful. Duke's is a great restaurant. I haven't been to Duke's in years. Glad it's open again. There's a Duke's in Hawaii too. I think it's in Maui. I got a chance to go to that one time. God, it's been years. The Duke's in Hawaii is really fun too. Oh, I need to get to my notes. Yeah, I tried reaching out to a couple of local stations and they claimed it wasn't newsworthy. Oh, I'm sorry, Jules. Never get a hold of my local CBS affiliate. I don't know who the CBS affiliate is in Little Rock. I'm sorry they weren't able to help you with telling a story. See, even Chris and Amy want Mai Tais now. It sounds good. Okay, this is the lead into my story. All right, chat, I gotta get ready.
when these two social media personalities got wind of a dangerous and illegal prank that was pointed at them. They have unknowingly become victims of a swatting call. I get trolled a lot. Diego's Zavaleta Kinaloza has 181,000 followers on the streaming platform Kick, where he's known as Zavala himself, and posts daily lifestyle videos for fun. My fan base, they come up to me and they say a bunch of just like jokes. So I thought it was just another one of those jokes. But the police response was no joke. They rolled up heavily armed with an armored truck and a dozen squad.
Rear facing camera and then end on front facing camera. Thanks, man.
There was a guy in the mall with a rifle that wanted to kill people, and he described me. Police temporarily put the mall on lockdown.
Oh, I gotta shrink this for a second.
They have to treat it like a serious situation. So yeah, they came to the mall, you know, SWAT, all the big guns. I got really scared. Diego and his girlfriend did their best to calm the young fan, who got down on the ground with her hands up too. Her mom was also there, but off camera. When she like fell down and she started like, you know, crying a little bit. So yeah, I felt really bad. So they took her to the makeup store afterward and let her paint their faces. Diego says he's seen other streamers get swatted recently, and it needs to stop. Just some donuts on the internet. Have nothing better to do. Please stop swatting us streamers. We just want to stream. And Arcadia police are now actively investigating to try to get to the bottom of who placed that swatting call. It can be charged as a felony here in California. If you have any information, police would like to hear from you. Reporting in Arcadia, Nicole Comstock, CBS LA.
All right, now let's get to Assignment Manager Mark Liu at the desk. Mark, this is the second time this has happened this week. Yeah, and can you explain to us a little bit more exactly what swatting is?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Amy. So essentially, swatting is when someone makes a fake call to 911 with details that are so dangerous that it would require the SWAT team to respond to handle it, hence the term swatting. And why this is so troubling to law enforcement is the initial details make it indistinguishable from a real call, which is why firefighters and police have to respond in force. And here at the desk on the scanners, it sounds real to us too. It can sound like a bomb threat or a mass shooting, and that's exactly what happened this week at Disneyland when someone made a fake 911 call there. Let me show you some of that video. What you're going to see here is the massive Anaheim police response here at Disneyland at about 9:45 Wednesday night. Anaheim PD says they got the call that there was some kind of a mass shooting here, possibly bomb threats as well. So Anaheim PD responded as they would for a mass shooting incident, but they say their detectives quickly realized that the source of the phone call made it appear that this phone call was not credible at all. They ended the situation in about 45 minutes. The whole thing was a hoax. There was no mass shooting, no bomb threats, no injuries at Disneyland. But Anaheim PD says things like this are a real waste of resources. And here at the desk, when we hear it, it sounds exactly like a real call as well. We would dispatch crews as well to this. But anyone who is thinking about that this is just a prank, that these calls are just pranks, they're not. Swatting is illegal. It's both a state and federal crime. And we have uncovered here at the desk that 1 year in jail is the penalty for a misdemeanor swatting call. That's if really nothing comes of it. The police respond. But coming back live here to me, I want to tell you that California state law says that if you are convicted of a swatting call and someone is injured during the commission of that swatting call, you can face up to 20 years in jail. In addition to that, coming back out here to me, they also say part of the penalty is you will be responsible for paying for all of the costs associated with sending first responders to deal with that fake swatting call. That can be tens of thousands of dollars that you'll be liable for on top of the jail time that you will get for that swatting call. That's it here from the desk. I'll send it back to you. Yep. Okay, chat, I'm back. Let's see. Miguel Solorzano, hey Mark, are you in the Valley channel, the South channel, the West channel of LAPD? Yeah, I listen to all of them. We have 900 channels, Miguel, that we listen to here at the desk, and you can see them. They're all up here. I've got all of them. I got LA City Police. These are the most common ones that I listen to. Where's my mouse? Here it is. LA City Police, LA City Fire, LA County Fire, LA County Cities. It's a little harder to hear the police and fire channels further away from the metro area, but we can hear them. So yeah, we listen to them all. Not all at the same time, but we have a feed that prioritizes them. They come in one at a time. Electric crystals, this is so cool. Thank you for joining us. Something that we're doing here. My colleague Mike Rogers has been doing it at night for the last couple of weeks, but we started here on the morning shift. We thought maybe you would like to see a behind the scenes look of how we put the desk together and what it looks like before and after one of my live on air hits, and what I have to do to get these stories on the air. And now I got to start working for the top of the 11. We've got 20 more minutes left in this feed, and I need to think about what I'm going to do at the 11. But I got a request from the 11 a.m. producer to do an update on the Juvenile that was recaptured, right? After escaping. What was it called? Juvenile suspect. Okay, here it is. I'm probably going to do this, right? I need to save this. Let's save this image. And let's do this. Let's save this image here. Okay. Okay. And then we also have. Did we do video on this? Wait a minute, hold on. We did video on this. Juvie? Did we call it Juvie? Juvie. OCG. Where's the package? Oh, here it is. 312. All right, let me listen to this. I need to see this one. Oh, that was too loud. Okay. Jose. What the heck? Okay, hold on. On Tuesday, Santi. Oh, I remember when this guy killed somebody. I know that story. Oh, yeah. What the heck? Okay. When did this happen? Tuesday, okay. Sorry, Chad, I'm trying to get to the bottom of this story here. Okay, that's what Michelle did. Okay, so let's see. Did Mike Rogers do something on this last night too? Wait a minute. OC does Sadvo to OC. Okay, no, that's the same thing. All right. What is this? What is this VO? Somebody already cut a VO. I might be able to use this. Well, this is all. Aha. Okay, that's him. Okay, I am gonna recut this. How long is this? This is 30 seconds. Oh my God, that's not enough. Let's see. Oh, what's this? This is even better. There's pictures. This is better. This is better. This is also only 40 seconds. Yay. Okay. K-pop Demon Hunters 2 confirmed, chat. Very exciting, but it's not coming out to 2029. That's outrageous. I think this is probably one of the greatest fails in cinema history, is to have a success of something as big as K-pop Demon Hunters, and then like apparently nobody at Netflix even like could figure that out, and they are just the fact that we have to wait 3 years for a sequel, and we couldn't even get toys. My daughter loves K-pop Demon Hunters, and we literally could not buy toys for her because there weren't any. Now finally there are some, but wow, what like I wonder the amount of money that was missed by not having things ready when this hit exploded. It's just fascinating to me. I think it's going to go down in marketing and like cinema history as like what it looks like when you're not ready for success, because this is just so wildly successful.
Has it as a heavy favorite to win Best Picture, as well as directing and adapted screenplay wins for Paul Thomas Anderson and a supporting actor trophy for Sean Penn.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work out?
Hello, Heidi. How are you? Good. Thank you.
For Best Actor, but then we've been going a long time. Be back now. Sinners star Michael B. Jordan won SAG's The Actor Award, and with actors the Academy's largest
This.
block, he's now favored to win
This. We're gonna go here. Okay, 11 a.m. Right? Okay, what is this? This is. Okay.
much talked about turn in Weapons brought the actress her first Oscar nomination in 40 years. And after winning the Actor Award for Best Supporting Actress, she's looking likely to win her first Academy Award.
For women in my family, see things.
If there's an overwhelming favorite this year, it's Jessie Buckley. The Hamnet star won the Actor Award, the Golden Globe, a BAFTA prize, and more. And she's expected to take the Best Actress Oscar as well.
What time is it? What time is it? Okay. It's 11 a.m. Ohio.
Calling this Death Valley is a bit of a misnomer. The valley floor is anything but lifeless as this floral takes root, turning the national park into a tourism hotspot. Only this time, not for its heat.
I came here this year specifically to see the color.
Visitors to the park are up nearly 30% this month because of the super bloom, a rare desert event where years of dormant seeds spring to life at the same time. We have the gravel goes straight here.
How do I want to write this?
5 spots. Park ranger Jeanette Jurado credits a mild winter and abundance of rain.
In November, we had 1.7 millimeters, which doesn't sound like much, but it's almost our entire year's worth of rain within just 1 month's time. And that really set up the bloom that we're seeing now.
And looking around the park, you can see this carpet of color with millions of these vibrant yellow flowers, nicknamed desert gold. A luxury for a park known as the hottest place on Earth and driest place in North America.
This is one of the joys of being a park ranger, is to be able to see the park at its finest like this.
We don't know where. Okay.
Iconic, not just for its temperatures.
And they're reminded that beauty is everywhere if we look for
I guess that's fine.
Special as the scenery. Quinn Baumgartner, CBS News, Death Valley, California.
Okay. Ugh, I'm trying to wrap my head around this, chat. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get this done. Let me see. I need to put this here. I need to put, this is so frustrating. My head is exploding. Chat, what am I supposed to do here? Okay, this. Let's do this, okay. All right, we're gonna use, you're gonna see me draw on the screen, chat. This is super exciting. I don't think I've drawn on the screen live on the air yet for you. I'm gonna live out my NFL telestrator dreams here. This is the system that I use. What are we talking about here? Merchandise, yeah. A vegetation fire in Baldwin Hills. Oh my God, structure fire. I'll tell you one location is at Foothill Boulevard. Oh, wait a minute. Baldwin Hills or Sylmar? Vegetation fire and a structure fire. I see, okay. All right. Stand by. Stand by. Chopper is not up, so I don't know if I'm gonna be able to see anything on this yet. Let's see. Let's look at this business over here. Hold on. Vegetation fire in Baldwin Hills. Okay, I don't see any choppers over that. Inglewood Ball, I don't see that. And then structure fire in Sylmar. I wonder if I could see that on Alert California. Is there any cameras that are pointed at Sylmar or Baldwin Hills? Let's see if we can see either one of them. I believe you, Miguel Sorzano. I'll find it. Oh, wow. Maybe if Alert California would actually show up, that would be a lot better. Oh, there it is. Okay. It's a little slow this morning. Let's see. Okay. Cameras pointed at Sylmar. Do we have any? Maybe. Oat Mountain? Nope. Nope. Maybe. Oat Mountain South? Okay, I don't really see anything there. It's not a good look. Nope. Okay. These don't look like they're pointed anywhere useful. Probably not. Verdugo Peak? Nope. Okay, let's see Baldwin Hills. Baldwin Hills cameras. Anything here? Negative. Anything here? Negative. I'm sorry, I don't see a fire. I don't doubt you. I'm sure there is one, but I just don't have eyes on it right now. Let's see, Hollywood camera, maybe? I don't see anything on the time lapse. Well, I'm sure it's out there. I don't have time to listen to the scanners right now, but I bet I can, oh, maybe here Wilshire? Let me see. Did they see anything? This maybe see something? I don't see anything. All right, I don't know if Chopper's gonna fly or not, but we can check. Let's check. Anything here? No, okay. I need to do this, okay. Bright eyes. This is good. This is good. Is this developing? I guess I should call it developing. Okay, let's just say it's developing. Nope. Oh my God, time is running out, chat. I have not put the story together yet. Time is running out. Let's see, so if he's, how old is this guy? Date of birth, 10/17 of 03, so he's like 23 basically. Isn't he? What's this guy's name? Jose Angel Aguilar. This is from CBS. Murderer who escaped. Oh. Let's see this. Oh my God, stop it. We're streaming live, so it's okay. What's going on? You probably do.
But I was initiated 6 years ago.
Oh, well then maybe you don't.
I paid my fee.
Oh.
Yeah.
22 years old.
Hi, live.
Oh, I need to write on the screen. Hold on. I am doing the wrong thing. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Amanda, are you doing okay?
Me?
Yes?
Yeah.
Very well. No pursuits today, okay?
Honestly, it made it go by so fast yesterday. It's nice to not like. I kind of liked it because it split up the shows.
Right.
Instead of repeating the same show.
Yes, this is true.
So I didn't mind it.
Yes.
I haven't done a pursuit in a minute either. I'm sure you're over it. You do the brown award.
Thank you. Yeah, pursuits. That's our specialty here at the desk. This is what this is our specialty for sure.
Good looking pigeon. All right, let's do this. Get this done. Bye. Thank you for doing all that for that interview. Thing for tomorrow. Actually, yeah.
Okay, chat. So the AS King, yes, we do use Pulse Point. So the stream is going to end soon. I will see you guys next Thursday because I'm going to be off Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. But thank you for joining us. We know you have many choices for live streams. We thank you for choosing the desk for all of your live stream needs. On behalf of everybody here at the desk, my name is Mark. Have a great day. That's what I always say. Yeah, we'll do it next week. So I'll leave you here the last couple of minutes while I prepare for this hit. And I get to draw on the screen here with talking about statements from Orange County Probation.
I would love to have break. I think having the two of us always looks better, but
Oh, there's a plane landing right behind you on the other side. That's so cool. That was so cool. If anybody doubts that's not a...
LA at 11 a.m. Another scorcher today. It's your next weather alert and new actions being taken to lower prices as war rages on in Iran. Plus, an iconic return for a local restaurant more than a year after the Palisades fire closed their doors. That one came out of nowhere. My IQ was so low. Sorry. That was cool.
That was cool. It's like if anybody doubt, that's not a static shot. That's a live camera.
I like that.
That's really cool.
Yeah. I like that. So are you off the thing?
Am I what? Oh, no, we're still streaming. A few more minutes.
What is it on YouTube?
On YouTube, yeah. I like it. We have a core group of fans already with us here. So people like Lady Di and Miguel Solorzano and there's somebody else too, David Horse. It's great. It's our little desk club. We talk about breaking news and journalism.
All right, here we go.
All right, let's do a thing.
This is CBS LA Mornings.
Welcome to CBS LA at 11 on Channel 2, simulcasting on KCAL 9, and streaming on CBS News Los Angeles. I'm Amanda Starantino. Friday, shaping out to be another hot
Man, this IFB is huge. I didn't notice how big it was on the back of my neck.
Oh, thanks so much. And with the heat here, CBS LA Studio Patel spent the morning in Pasadena where people are adjusting their days for this hot weather.
There are a lot of people who live around the Rose Bowl. They come here every day to exercise, walk their dog, and they told us they had to change their schedule because of the heat. A lot of them say they were out here yesterday and it was uncomfortable. So they knew if they wanted to take a walk or run today, they had to do it earlier. In the summer, temperatures in the 90s are no big deal in Pasadena, but usually there's a gradual warm up. What's happened this week was kind of sudden, and that's why many people tell us they are not ready for the heat.
I mean, not yet, but also, you know, in LA, you never know. It's always, you never know what to expect with the weather.
Honestly, no. I can't stand the heat. I can't. Like, I'm a summer baby, but this heat be hitting a little bit different.
The guy woman that I wanted. I wish he was cooler. I wanted to stay cooler.
A lot of homeowners are also wishing it was cooler because they're finding out their air conditioning units aren't working like they should. We tagged along with an HVAC technician yesterday as he was responding to service calls. He says a lot of times people don't maintain or clean their systems during the winter months, and then when there's an unexpected hot spell, they have to call for help. So they're expecting it to be busy over the next few days as we continue to have this heat. And already this morning, we're starting to see it die down. Earlier, there was a lot of people out here, but as the sun continues to rise and temperatures start to get even hotter, we're seeing more people heading indoors, wanting to get into that air conditioning to cool off. In Pasadena, Tina Patel, CBS LA.
You can stay with CBS LA all day. We will be tracking the heat and its impact on our area. You can also find the latest on CBSLA.com. Well, developing news, an escaped convicted murderer now back in police custody. Assignment manager Mark Liu is at the desk with the details on that. Mark.
Yeah, this happened late last night. There was a massive manhunt for this escaped convicted murderer who apparently cut off a GPS ankle monitoring bracelet while he was on something called academic furlough, attending college classes. Now, that convicted murderer, I should say, back in custody. Let me show you some video. This is that convicted murderer who escaped, 22-year-old Jose Angel Aguilar. Now, probation officials say that it was Tuesday that he was attending classes here at Santiago Canyon College in Orange when he cut off a GPS ankle bracelet and then disappeared. Now, he was convicted as a 17-year-old of the Anaheim murder of a romantic rival. He had been serving time at a juvenile facility since 2021. Now, why was he in college then if he was convicted of a murder? According to authorities, my colleagues Michelle Geely and Mike Rogers uncovered that a juvenile court granted him a release to attend college classes. Now, he is back in custody, and we know this because of a statement by the Orange County Probation Department that we just got here at the desk. Come out to my screen, and I'm going to show that to you. It says right here, on March 12th, 2026, at about 11 p.m., Jose Angel Aguilar was located and in custody. The investigation was led by OC Probation in coordination with the DA's task force. The Anaheim SWAT team executed a search warrant at a motel room where the youth was observed. He was taken into custody without incident. Now, one more thing they note here, academic furlough, not a program administered by OC Probation. It's a privilege granted at the discretion of juvenile court. Coming back out here to me, there are some city leaders in Anaheim who want to know why a juvenile court granted this convicted murderer academic furlough to go attend college classes. It's safe to say that's probably not going to happen again after this incident where he cut off his GPS monitoring bracelet and escaped. But today, Amanda, he is back behind bars. That's it here from the desk. I'll send it back to you. Chat, we are still live. What's going on? Okay, we'll stay live, I guess. Let's see how long we stay live. I guess it's up to the web team. Okay, what am I doing now? I've got to do something else. Ben Crump, right? Let's see.
The other plane involved landed safely. Also this morning, Defense Secretary had said, spoke about Iran's use of freedom.
You know, the new